guys, it's Kimberlee, and today I am here to share a very exciting video with you, which I know I always say that it's an exciting video, but I am always excited to film a video. And today I am going to be reviewing the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill Master Brush Collection. So, this is the collection, the Master Collection, which, if you know, it comes in 3 different versions. You can get the Face Master, the Eye Master, or just the Master Collection, which includes both of those and some extra brushes. I got the Big Daddy right here, and it comes packaged like this, in this little white sleeve around this glitter box. It says Morphe x Jaclyn Hill, the Master Collection. It comes with 24 custom eye and face brushes and this case, and it retails for $165, which is a pretty penny. So you can just take the plastic or the paper sleeve off, and this is actually nice because on the back of the sleeve it has all of the brushes listed and what they are for. So that's nice if you are not 100% sure what you want to use them for. This is your first set. You got a little guideline there. And I have one of these cases, the original Morphe case like this, in the black like faux snake leather kind of thing, and I love it. And so this one's just in silver glitter, and it's that silver glitter that's been like shellacked, so the glitter does not come off onto your fingers, which is nice. It's got the little metal Morphe emblem there, and you just pop it open like that, which is so nice because it can sit on a table while you do your brushes. They lay in there, they're not on the table, especially for travel, and because it's a hard shell case, it's really good for travel and it doesn't get all the bristles messed up. Anyway, inside the Master Collection, it's actually so nice. The brushes are individually packed in these plastic bags, and they're divided up into the 3 collections. So they have the Eye Master, the Face Master, and then all the extra brushes that come with the full Master Collection. So I will show them to you individually, just in case you wanted to get one of the smaller bundles. So I'll start with the Face Master brushes, which are right here. The Face Master and the Eye Master do not come with this hard shell case, but they do come with this lacquered silver glitter little like bag, zipper bag. So that's very cute if you want to do that. And they come in a big bag, and then just like all Morphe brushes, whether you buy one of these collections or you buy an individual Morphe brush, each brush comes in its own little plastic sleeve. I have the white handle with the silver ferrule, and in the ferrule, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but it has a little JH engraved, and then they say Morphe x Jaclyn Hill down the barrel. So that's so nice. So this is the brush number 1, which is JH03. It is a foundation brush, labeled on this as the Ride or Die foundation brush. Ooh, okay. I have not touched any of these brushes yet. It is so soft, like, so soft. Okay, anyway, brush number 1. By the way, since I am going through the face collection first, the Master Face Master, these 5 brushes go for $58, including the bag, and it's 5 brushes. So this is number 1, which I really like. Number 2 we have here is the JH02. It's also super soft, and this is the bronzer brush. Okay, so far everything's like feels amazing. Next brush in the face collection is the JH07, and it looks like this right here. And this is the under eye powder brush, which it's actually super soft. It's not pokey at all, and it's like the perfect size. Okay, brush number 3. Next we have the JH04, which is the blush brush. Again, super soft, and this just has a little bit of an angle there for blush. And last in the face collection, the last 5th brush is the JH09, which I believe is the highlighting brush. Yes, the Glow Baby Glow brush. So just a perfect little highlight brush for the high points of your cheeks, nose, all that good stuff. And also keep in mind that I have not washed any of these brushes either, so if a hair or two falls out, I'm not that concerned, because usually when you get new brushes, the first time you wash them, a couple of strays fall out and then you're good to go after that. I have a good amount of Morphe brushes already, so I already know I like their quality brushes, and I have not had any issues with the falling out of hairs. So those are all 5 for the Face Master collection. Then we will do the Eye Master collection. The Eye Master collection contains 8 brushes and a bag, and it retails for $42, so it's a little cheaper, and it's got more brushes. These actually look like a very good assortment of brushes. So we'll start with the first one, this one, which is the JH41, which is an all-over lid brush, and you can see it's a little packer brush right there. The next brush we have is the JH42, which is the brow bone highlight brush. Also would probably be really good for the inner corner, just that little teeny tiny one, and detail work on the lid. Next brush is the JH33, which they have listed as the universal blender brush. So it is a fluffy little blender brush there, but it is a little pinched, so it's not completely round. Really pretty right there, and soft. I have not felt a single scruffy brush so far. They've all been super soft. The next one is the JH30, which is the Beast Mode blender brush, which is this really like huge. I mean, look at that. It's like my whole eye. This is a gigantic blender brush right there. And that one's pretty round. Then we have the JH40, which is the Precise blender brush right there. Feels very soft, but it's much teeny tinier, especially for if you're doing like outer corner, the crease work. Another blender brush. We have the JH32, which is the Transition blender brush right there, and it's also very soft, just like they've all been. Yeah, no poking it. Sometimes when you feel it with your hand, it can feel super soft, but once you put it on your eye, it feels scruffy, but no, not at all. It feels awesome. And then we have 2 more brushes, little detail brushes. We have a JH39, which is the inner corner highlight brush. Oh, so they have one of the, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, okay, cool. So we've got 2 little detail brushes like that. I could see this for under eye also. And then this little definer brush right here. It is the JH43, and it's listed as the eyeliner smudge brush. It's just that teeny tiny little one. Really good for packing color real close on the lower lash line. So that is all 8 for the Eye Master collection. And then when you get the Master brush collection, you get all of these extra brushes. So we'll go through those. All right, the first one we've got here is the JH37, which is the Buffer blender brush. Literally, you will not run out of blender brushes if you are getting this collection. Super soft, just like the rest of them. Like I said, I already knew I liked Morphe brushes, so this was a no-brainer for me. And then we've got the JH34, which is a carve your crease brush. So this is a crease brush. It's like a same shape as a blender, but it's a little bit stiffer and denser. So that'll be great for packing on color in the crease. And we have, I'm sure, another blender. Let's see, this is a JH36, which is the eye buffer brush. Just another one right there. It's more flat at the top versus domed. Also very soft. Then we have the JH05, which is the perfect contour brush. So that'll be interesting. I'll use that for my contour, see how it goes. Usually I don't contour with a circle brush. I have before, but not typically. So there's that brush, also very soft. We have the JH10 brush, which is the Snatch Your Edges brush. I have a brush just like this. I really like it. So there's that one. It's good for just stamping on powder and to clean up your contour or to clean up your eyeshadow look. I like that brush. Next we have the JH38, the Perfect Pencil brush. So that'll be good for under the eyes, the lower lash line. Also very soft. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of brushes. I didn't even realize. I mean, I guess I knew it's 23 brushes, but it seems like a lot. The next one is the JH06 brush, which is she says it's her everything brush. It's like a really fluffy, slanted, really loose, really soft. Interesting. Interesting. Then we've got the JH31, which is listed as a fluffy blender brush. So yet again, another blender brush. I know some people were like, oh, there's too many blender brushes or what have you, but I don't think you can ever have enough blender brushes. I love blender brushes. A lot of times that's all I use on my eye looks is blender brushes and my fingers. And I don't really wash my brushes as often as I should. So if I'm gonna use a lot of different colors, it's nice to have a lot of similar brushes so that I don't have to wash them every single day. Next, we have the JH08, which is this one right here. And this is the Anything Creamy brush. So I guess like concealer maybe and just what have you. But yeah, it's really soft. And two more brushes left. We've got the JH35, which is the upper crease brush. And that one's soft as well, what do you know? And the last brush, last but not least, is the JH01, the powder brush. And this is a big old powder brush. So, that is all of the brushes in the collection. I love it. It all seems super soft and super easy to work with. They don't seem like they're gonna be too stiff or too soft. I feel like there's a really good variety, so you'll be able to get any kind of a look. And nothing seems like it's gonna be scratchy or anything. So that's all the brushes, and that's all of them right in the container. Closes up nice and easy like that. It's got a magnetic closure so it stays closed. And yeah, so now I'm going to put these brushes in action and we will see what they can do. All right, so we're gonna start with our foundation. I am gonna go in with my NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Put a little bit of pumps on the back of my hand. And I'm going to try and use as many brushes as I can in this process. So I'm gonna go in with the JH08, the foundation brush. I'm gonna dab this on my face and blend it in. Okay, so right away I can tell that this foundation brush, and I do use a brush to apply my foundation, is significantly flimsier than the brush that I typically use. It's not nearly as densely packed. However, I do really like the way my foundation looks right now, and it is very soft. So far so good. I really do like it. I like it. It's not what I usually go for, but I do like it. Next, we're gonna put on some powder. So I'm just gonna go, because my concealer is missing. I'm gonna go with the powder brush, the JH01, and I'm gonna go into my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, pressed powder, and I'm just going to put that everywhere. Now this is nice because it is such a big brush that it's just so easy to like boop, 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 done. So just powdered. And I do like this brush. I have a giant Morphe brush like this, and I do like it a lot. So that one's good as well. Next, we're gonna do a little bit of bronzing. So I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm gonna go in with the bronzing brush, the JH02. And I'm just gonna bronze up the face. Okay, so again, I really like this brush. I also use a squished bronzer brush like this, same shape to apply my bronzer, so I really like this. I will definitely be grabbing for this brush a lot. Now I'm going to contour. I'm gonna go in with the contour brush, which is the JH05, and I'm going to grab my Tarte Clay Play palette, and I'm gonna go in with Terracotta, this one right here. And it's a very intense color, and I have a feeling that this brush is gonna pack an intense punch, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so I do like this brush quite a bit. Typically for contouring, I use a brush very similarly shaped to the bronzer brush that I just used, except for smaller, and like the bristles are really like loose. They're not densely packed. So that gives me usually not something quite as intense and precise as this brush does, but that's what I like about this brush, is that it's very intense and precise. So if you're really going, then it's great. So yeah, I really like this brush. I really like them all. Let's see. Next, I'm gonna do a little bit of blush. So I'm gonna grab her blush brush. So this is the JH04, and I'm gonna go in with Tarte Monarch. I'm just gonna apply some color to the cheeks. I don't usually use an angled brush to apply my blush, so it's always nice to try something new. That's honestly why I wanted to get this. I just like to try new things. Okay, the brush feels really nice, and honestly for a beginner it's probably a great brush, because the brush I use packs on a little more color than this brush does, and I feel like with this brush it's so soft and the bristles are so long that you have to build it up, which is kind of nice because going over like heavy-handed on your blush is like not something you want to do. So it's kind of nice, it prevents you from doing that. But if you do like your blush to show up, you definitely need to work at it a little bit with this brush. But I do really like it because it's very airbrushed looking. Actually, the more I look at it, that's really, really pretty. And I use this blush a lot, so I might be finding some new favorite things. And I like to do a little bit over the bridge of my nose. I just think that looks very pretty. Okay, awesome. So now I think, well actually, normally that would be it for the face because I don't usually bake. But I think I'm going to like carve out my contour and bake because I'm trying to use as many brushes as I can. So I'm going to take my Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to take this brush, it's the JH10, and I am just going to dip it in my powder and carve out my cheekbones. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit, and I'm actually going to do this to the edges of my eyes to give me a different shape with my eyes, because that's where we're gonna go next. So instead of using tape to try and get almost like a wing effect with your eyeshadow, this is obviously much softer than tape, but it does kind of guide your eyeshadow like that. You can put powder, stamp powder on your eyes like this. So we're gonna do that today. I like this brush. I already have a brush like this, love it. And for my eyes, we're gonna go in with, of course, the Jaclyn Hill Volt collection. Why not? We're doing a Jaclyn Hill video anyway, and I know there's a lot of controversy on this palette. However, I have played around with mine quite a bit, and I have had no issues with my palette. And whether there are issues out there or not with other people's palettes, I don't know. If you think yours isn't good, then it's not good. You know, it is what it is. However, I know mine is fine because I've worn it on my eyes multiple times and not had a single issue. So I'm going to use mine because I like it. And we are going in with the Armed and Gorgeous palette. So there it is right there. And where I live, this week has gotten so cold, like out of nowhere. So I am feeling the fall vibes. I am going for something fall. Love that. So let's see. I'm going to go in with the JH32, this brush right here. And I'm going to go in with the shade Access, that like mustard color. Got a lot on the brush. And I'm just going to go in my crease and drag it up and blend it all around. Okay, so there we have our base color down. It deposited a lot of color. It blended really well, like that brush. Now I'm gonna pick a different brush. I'm gonna go in with this brush, the JH35. It's a little smaller, and I'm gonna go in with Secure, this orange color right here. And I'm gonna put this in the crease. So again, this brush has done a really good job depositing that orange and blending like seamlessly from orange to yellow and then fading out. So I really, really like this. I am then gonna go in with this brush, the JH33, which is also a fluffy brush, but it's pinched on the sides. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Agent, which is just slightly darker. And I'm gonna put this in the crease, but just focus it more on the second half, like the outer half of my eyes. And I'm going to go the small way, not the fat way, so that I'm just keeping it nice and tight on the eye. Now I'm going to go in with this brush, the JH40, that little teeny tiny, really flimsy one, just to add a little bit of extra dimension and deep in darkness. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Smooth Criminal right here on the outer V and just try and really deepen it up. And I'm gonna go back in with the JH33 that we used Agent on with no extra product and just blend it further. Okay, so that is what we're working with on the eye so far. And for the lid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Coin. And I am going to use the JH41 and just pack that color all over my lid. Now, I don't typically use brushes to pack colors on my lid. I usually use my finger, so let's see how it does. But I don't have very high expectations. Oh my gosh, okay. Not bad. Usually I feel like with foiled shades, you just get the best punch when you use your finger and not a brush. It just doesn't come out as shiny. But this ain't doing such a bad job. Okay, girl, I see you. I see you. Now with the same brush, I'm just gonna go in with Classified on the very outer lid corner right there, just to give it still foil, but just some deepness. Okay, now with that shade, I feel like my finger worked better, but I liked it still. It worked really good for the Coin shade, so not bad. Okay, now I'm going to wipe off all of my bake. And I'm going to use the JH06, which is her everything brush, and just wipe it all away. And that worked really well. And you can see now with the eyes how instead of going around it, it just has more of a clean line. Awesome. Okay, loving that. Now we'll do the lower lash line. First, I'm going to go in with the JH43, this little flat definer brush, and I am going to go in with Smooth Criminal, the darkest shade we use, and just press that really close to my lower lash line. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the JH38 with a little bit of access, mainly access with a teeny bit of secure, and just blow out the lower lash line. And lastly, for the eyes, I am going to go in with the shade VIP as my brow bone and inner corner highlight. And since she had separate brushes for them, I'm gonna use them both. So for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to use the JH42. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the JH39. So I'll do my brow bone highlight first. That's just so intense. My goodness. Could blind people with that. And for my highlight, I'm gonna go in with the JH09. And I'm gonna use my Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette. My other one, this is just a Jaclyn Hill X Morphe kind of video, I guess. But this is actually my favorite highlight. Is the first two shades in this palette are my favorite highlights ever. So I just dip in both of those. What? Oh. See, that's just perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna do my brows, my mascara, and my lips, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, well, that is my review of the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe Master Brush Collection. And so yeah, all in all, these are all the brushes I used. I believe I used 15 brushes. So that should mean I have like 8 left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I used 16 brushes. I have 7 left in there. So you know what? That is pretty good. 16 brushes is a lot of brushes. I know everybody's not going to use that many brushes on their everyday makeup routine. However, if you are a makeup artist, or you just like to use a lot of brushes, or you just like makeup, like to buy things, whatever, it doesn't matter. I have enjoyed this collection so much. 16 brushes. I did not have an issue with pretty much any one of them, except for this one. The JH41, not that it was like a bad, because it applied the coin shade really well. It just didn't apply the darker shade as great. But like I said, I really don't apply foils with brushes very often at all. I kind of use my fingers for all that jazz. So yeah, overall, I love the collection. Everything fits so nice. I love the box. For $165, I know it is a lot, but if you have the extra cash and you want it, go and get it. Morphe brushes are great. I love it. And if you're looking to spend a little cash, you know, there are tons of discount codes out there. Jaclyn Hill, obviously, if you're buying this brush collection, you probably like her, probably want to support her. She has an affiliate code. It's Jack Attack, so you'll get 10% off. It is an affiliate code, so she will make money off that. So if you're not cool with that, then you heard it here. I told you, she will make money. So yeah, but save your hard-earned money. If you want to buy it and you want to save a little cash, use a discount code. Anyway, that being said, I definitely would get the brush collection. I love it. I am totally gonna get so much use out of these brushes. And yeah, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Leave a comment below if there's anything that you would like to see from me, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.